favorite, or maybe not so much, that east wind. It is brutal right now. We have not only that soggy setup for the heavy rainfall, but yeah, that coastal flooding that Jen was talking about in the southeast. So here is that setup. It looks like a mess, right? You have the area of low pressure, very strong. That's dragging through one cold front. You've got the dip in the jet stream, but it's all aiding the development of that next storm too. That's going to be dragging through the Midwest and the Northeast as well. All of this begins to move off to the east, carrying with it the wind threat, but also that heavy rain. So let's go to Reagan Medji. She is live in Staten Island, New York, with a very gray, kind of nasty day out there. Reagan, good morning. I know you're putting that silver lining on all those nasty gray low clouds. Reagan Medji in Staten Island for us this morning. But yeah, she illustrates beautifully what it looks like out there. So if you can sit tight, I suggest you would. But if you have to get to the airport, by the way, all the New York area airports reporting delays with some of the steadier rain beginning to move in. But yes, those easterly winds also leading to coastal flooding. Watch those times of high tide down the shore, the back bays. But look at where we're seeing some of that heaviest rain right along I-80, also the PA Turnpike. If you're driving up 75, you're in pretty good shape. But those high-profile vehicles, I-80 and 90, as you get towards the Midwest, really nasty. So today, obviously, rain, maybe a few rumbles of thunder here as we get into the late night. And we also see by tonight from Pittsburgh to Cincinnati and D.C. So the evening drive, not going to be terribly easy, maybe easing up a little bit for your tomorrow morning drive, but still a soaker here from Burlington to Portland and Boston with showers along the entire way. When you look at the rain totals, yeah, it's enough to really create a mess. You've got on average about a 2 to 3 inch spread here from the Poconos into the Ramapo Mountains. You get up to the Adirondacks, Jen, northern New England, 1 to 2.
The leaves are coming down,
yeah,
right? I hope
definitely.
you got your pictures.
Yeah.
Coming up, we've got more on the flood threat along the coast, and we're going to look out for that weather in the Northeast, let you know when a break comes and finally the sun is back out again.
Fall, but yeah, cold and damp. Let's take a look at that Northeast regional outlook for you, and it's feeling like fall, looking like fall. But what's interesting over the next few hours, it's going to be a little humid. You have dew points down here into the 50s, still a little bit low on that north side. So as we get more moisture in here, you're going to look at some pretty decent rainfall later in the day. By tomorrow, we get a little bit of a break in parts of the Northeast, from Harrisburg to the Poconos, northwestern New Jersey. It's upstate New York and New England that have the chance to see those showers continuing straight in through tomorrow. We get to the weekend, and all that's a distant memory. Really beautiful along the I-95 corridor. Albeit cool, but pleasant into the 50s. Rain returns late on Sunday. Jen?
All right, Maria, you saw those leaves down in the shot from Penn State. The wind is going to be a big deal out there. The rain, too, all the way from the Midwest to the Northeast today and tomorrow. So we're going to talk with Gary. Had a graphic showing exactly what you're saying right there. So appreciate the local information.
All right, we're going to kind of give you a more in-depth look at what the setup is right now. And the winds are really impressive. Again, not totally out of the norm for this time of year when you get these big wound-up systems. But look at how it's playing out over the next day or so. We do have right now more of a southerly flow, but you're going to see those winds not only be on the increase, but as Jen mentioned too, changing direction. And right now those 5 to 10 foot waves, well, they may be more like 15 plus waves, certainly when you have winds that are gusting to 30, 35 miles per hour. But right here along the lakeshore, you have that major interstate I-90, I-80 here. So again, high profile vehicles. This is going to be something you're concerned with straight on through tomorrow. But there you go, pushing all of that water too, by the way, on the eastern end of Lake Erie. By looking like Friday, things easing up just a little bit, but easing up is 20 to 25 mile per hour winds.
And then that's easing up.
Yeah.
Well, you know, the Southeast been reeling in rain day after day, it seems. When will we finally see some dry weather? The fact that trees still have their leaves on them, so we could see some tree branches coming down. That could be an issue.
That's a big problem. I know it's even down here. There were so many, it was like Mother Nature's pruning, right?
Yes,
I mean, that's what it is, but it could be dangerous. So heads up there. But Jen was talking about the wind chill factor. Well, here's part of the reason, right? We've got this battle between the high and the low, and that strong, very strong cold air being tapped into, moving down into the lower 48. So we already have temperatures down to the 30s. We have some snow falling in northwestern Minnesota. So no surprise there that it is going to be on the cool side. But those wind gusts, 15 to 30 miles per hour, definitely making it feel cooler, but it is quick, and that's kind of the gist here. So for today, yeah, the cold spots certainly right on the northern tier, below average by about 5, maybe as much as 10 degrees. Certainly for the high temperatures, you're definitely going to feel it for the morning lows tomorrow. Take a look. You got 36 in Minneapolis, 20s for Bismarck, and also Rapid City. And with that wind chill, Jen, you mentioned getting the kids ready for school. It's going to feel a lot cooler down in the 20s.
I'm worried about myself. Look at those wind chills.
Yeah.
It's cold. All right. So